And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of this piece of paper. So anyway, I've made 2 or 3 videos about, sort of autobiographical videos. Well, I want to tell you about what happened to me during World War II. Hey, Maggie. So anyway, I was in a P.O.W. Warhawk. I was in eastern India, and we were on a mission to attack a Japanese installation in China. And while we were flying over Nepal, I got hit. Engine started to sputter. It was still going, but not very well, and I hit my fuel tanks, and the fuel started leaking. I was able to keep the bird in the air until the fuel ran out of the fuel tanks, which I kept it going longer than I thought I could. Anyway, so I went ahead and got as much altitude as I could, and I bailed out. And I don't know, I was somewhere over Nepal or Tibet, and I didn't know exactly what I should do. There was a whole, the Japanese had moved a whole bunch of their forces that were south of me, so I couldn't go that way. So I started going north. Mind you, I'm in Tibet, Nepal, southern China. So I'm going north. It took me a few months. I went north through China. I had to do my best to stay away from both Japanese and Chinese troops, because I didn't know, unless there was a flag or something, I didn't know, which was which. And most of the time, though, it was rural. There was nothing there. Somewhere after about 2 months, I ran into a monastery, and I was able to get some food and rest for a few days, and then I left. And so I kept going north. I don't know exactly why I was going north at this point, but I wound up in Mongolia, and then I wound up in Russia. While I was in Mongolia, I found a nomad village, if you will, and I stayed with them for a couple of weeks and got some food in my belly. And I had to. There were about 30 or 40 of people in that nomadic village that was just there for a few weeks or months. I had to kill them all because I didn't want them to tell the Japanese where I was. I took their food and water and ammunition as medicine, what they had, what I could carry. And then I wound up heading east, and then south. I was in Korea. Went through Korea. A lot of Japanese troops there. And I got to the southern tip of Korea. I didn't know what I should do at that point. So I built a raft, and I just pushed off, and I'm in the China Sea for about 3 weeks, and I hit some land. I was happy to be on land. I was just happy to be on land. I did see a couple of Japanese ships and a couple of Japanese submarines, but they didn't seem to see me. Well, it turns out I was in Japan. So I was there for about 3 weeks when I went into this little village, and I tried to get myself a couple of chickens because I was hungry. Well, that's when they captured me. And they interrogated me for a while, and they sent me to a prisoner of war camp outside of Tokyo, and that's where I stayed for the remainder of the war. So if you're wondering what I did during World War II, that's what I did.